This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Remember your first kiss? Because that's what day it is. Remember your first kiss day. And for some people, maybe it brings back great memories. For others, maybe it was just really awkward and you're trying to forget it. For me, this didn't happen till high school. Shocked to learn that this
You learn
happened.
something new about me every day.
Grade 3, Gurdeep?
It was 1991. I was at Mississauga Private School, which was oddly in Etobicoke.
And you're 9 years old? 8 years old?
8 years old, grade 3. Kathy Nicholson and I, we got married.
What?
Yeah, I know. For someone who's a commitment phobe as an adult, I had no problem at age 8 putting a ring on it. We got married. We had a whole ceremony. The whole grade 3 class lined up. One guy was the officiant because we just decided he could be. I think he was the tallest.
As part of a class project, or just you
No,
actually
we
thought you were getting
we would
married?
write each other love notes in class. And we decided, let's get married because that's what two people do who are in love. So we had a whole ceremony at recess. Some of the teachers attended. It was like a whole thing. The whole school knew about it. We got married. And then, of course, we sealed it with a kiss in front of everybody.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, we got
and
each
the
other.
teachers were okay with this? They were encouraging
I
this?
think they thought it was like cute and innocent or whatever. Like Woodbine Mall, I broke away from my parents for like a few minutes just to go into it was the first time I was like alone in a mall, just to run into a store, and I bought this like plastic ring to give her because we had to exchange rings, and I didn't want my parents to know.
There were rings?
Yeah, there were rings and everything. I didn't want my parents to know, so I kept it quiet. This is so ridiculous. So
Hold on. You got married and you like it's okay for the whole school to know, but your parents can't know you got married?
This is why he's not getting married ever again.
I
He
thought
did
I'd
it
be in
wrong the
trouble.
first time.
So I was new in the school that year, right? So it was parent-teacher interview day, and your teacher would give you like a form. You had to go home and get it signed, like to pick a time slot where your parents would come in. So I just took the form and I ripped it up and I threw it in the garbage. And the teacher was like, "Hey, Gurdeep, you haven't returned your parent-teacher interview form. Like, when can your parents come in? We'd love to meet them." And I was like, "Yeah, they're really busy."
You're like, my in-laws are available.
Exactly, right? The Nicholsons will come in. And I go, "Yeah, they're just really busy." And she's like, "Okay, no problem. We can do like a phone meeting." I go, "They're really busy." That's the best I could come up with. So I think Miss Kennedy fished out something was not adding up. She called my parents and like, "Hey, we're so sorry you can't make it in for a parent-teacher interview, but we'd love to." And my parents are like, "Parent-teacher interview? Like, we haven't heard about this."
Oh, no.
So sure enough, they go in. I don't go. And my parents come home. And I'm in the family room pretending to do my homework.
Are you hiding your hand because you have a ring on?
No, I didn't wear it in front of them.
Okay.
And my mom was like, my mom comes in and she goes, "Yeah, we just came back from parent-teacher interview." I go, "Great, how was it?" She goes, "Great, you're fitting in well, you're doing well in class, everything's great." I go, "Cool." I'm like beet red. And then they go, "Good night," and they turn to walk away. And then as they come back, and my mom goes, "But why didn't you invite me to your wedding?"
Oh, no.
Yeah. Shortly after that, Kathy Nicholson and I got a divorce with divorce papers drawn up that we actually had to sign. The same guy who was the officiant, turns out he was also a divorce lawyer.
Cheers! From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
We were pushing the limits last night. We were both out well past our bedtime. We're at a terrific event called Biblio Bash, and it was all to support a great cause.
Yeah, this was all to support the Toronto Public Library. They specifically were talking about newcomers to Toronto. And, so many Torontonians do rely on the resources of the library. And you think back to your childhood, how much you went to the library. Well, for a lot of people still, there's a lot of programming and access. Like, think about the internet and just being able to access computers. For a lot of people, that's the place to go.
Absolutely. And it was such a great night. Everyone was dressed up, great food, great setting at the Toronto Public Library on Yonge Street. It's all Art Deco and beautiful. We're just having such a great time. And you and I were at the same table with a bunch of other media friends, and I was like, I don't know, like that was so much fun. I feel like we should like do that more often.
Like more charity galas together?
Well, just like more stuff together. Like Game 4's tomorrow night.
Yes. Yes, you brought this up.
What? Yeah, why don't I mean, I can just pop by your place. We can all watch the game together. Me, you, Paul, the kids. It'll be fun.
Yeah, you kind of alluded to this, and I kind of brushed you off. I know, but it's just I don't think we should, and there's a reason why I don't think we should.
You don't? Are you not going to watch the game tomorrow?
I'm going to watch the game, but you're not going to be there.
What? I thought we were friends.
That sounds so bad. No, and you get along really well with my husband, so
Yeah.
you could.
Can I just come hang out with him?
No. Maybe. You have to ask him.
I don't understand why. Did you not have a good time last night?
I had a great time, and it's always fun hanging out with you, but I just think that, we see a lot of each other, as is. Monday through Friday for the show.
Uh-huh.
4 or 5 hours every day.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit concerned that if maybe we spend
you-
more time together, it will be too much.
Are you trying to tell? Is this your way of telling me you're getting sick of me?
No, actually.
Why do I feel like you're breaking up with me?
No.
This feels like I'm getting dumped.
No, this is the opposite. I'm worried you're going to get sick of me. I think I'm a lot, and
This
you
is
have to
the-
take me in
this is
small
the breakup
doses.
equivalent of it's not you, it's me.
Why don't you guys
She's giving
try
me the
it?
It's not you, it's me.
You should try it and see if you get sick of each other.
No, hold on. We hang out all the time. However, I think sometimes we do have to draw the line, and I think we don't need to watch the game together. I think that's just too much.
I don't know. I mean, if you got something good, why not squeeze more juice?
Because then we run the risk of what happens if you actually do get sick of me? Then what? We still have to work together on Monday, and then there's
working together.
tension and
I know
stuff.
We work together closely, but working together is not the same as hanging out in leisure time. We can talk about it. We can gossip. We can be like, "Ooh, did you hear about so and so?" We can't do that here.
Yeah, but this is what happens. We get together and then we don't stop talking. And then my husband's even told me that there's times where he can't get a word in edgewise because you and I are like, pa, 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 pa.
Listen, people meet at work and then get married. We've met at work. You don't even think we can just be friends outside of work?
We are friends outside of work. We just
I don't know that we are.
We need to pull back a little bit.
Okay,
you
know
guys
what?
aren't going to be able to figure this out, okay?
5 calls? Decide it all.
Thank you, Steph. Okay, then here's the question. Should people who work closely together hang out outside of work? Should people who work closely together, like Pooja and I, hang out outside of work? I say yes.
And I say no, but not because I don't like you or don't want to spend time with you.
Stop trying to soften the blow.
It's just I'm
No.
trying to protect the
It's not
relationship.
you, it's me. Okay. You tell us 5 calls inside it all. Here's the question. It's not specifically about Pooja and I, it's just the inspo. Should people who work closely together, like Pooja and I, hang out outside of work? Jacinta in Mississauga, get us started.
Well, I would like to first pose a saying. It says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
And some people are very outgoing and some people are introverted. And when you have a good relationship in a certain area, you don't want to spoil it.
I agree. Thank you, Jacinta.
you're-
I got where Pooja was coming from, and I'm banging my head on the wall going, Gurdeep, oy vey.
Okay, so we're going to put you down for a no. Jacinta, your vote's been counted. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Jacinta.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Laura from Whitby. So what do you think? Should people who work closely together hang out outside of work? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
How come?
Well, because I think you spend so much time with those people that you build real close relationships with them. But as long as there's no shop talk, there can't be shop talk afterwards.
Laura, Pooja's got walls up. I'm just trying to break down them walls.
Laura, your vote's been counted.
Okay, I'm retired now, so a lot of those relationships have really taken off.
There we go.
Nice.
Amazing. Thanks, Laura.
Okay,
Jennifer from Barrie. Should people who work closely together hang out outside of work?
I have worked with my best friend for the past 20 years, and we've been friends for 40 years.
So I'm smelling a yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you never worry about maybe hanging out too much?
No, we're like sisters. We've been friends since we were in grade 8.
Pooja, we can be like sisters.
You can borrow my clothes.
Actually, I wouldn't hang out with my sister as often as I hang out with her.
Oh,
See?
wow.
I hope your sister's not listening. Jennifer, your vote's been counted. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Tony from Toronto. So should people who work closely together hang out outside of work? Yes or no?
No,
How come?
because it creates unhealthy relationships.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Too much of a good thing, right?
Way too much of a good thing, yeah. And as a pastor, I've counseled a lot of people that have run into relationship issues at home because they spend too much time with coworkers.
Oh, Tony, thank you. Thank you for validating my feelings.
All right, Tony.
And
Thanks for the call.
Gurdeep,
Yep.
Gurdeep is wrong on this one.
Well, I don't know about that one, Tony. But thanks for the call.
Oh, yeah.
Irene from Burlington. I don't want to put all the pressure on you, but right now we are sitting at a 2-2 tie. So you're going to decide it all here. Should people who work closely together hang out outside of work?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah!
Man.
I have coworkers that are some of my best friends. Work is work, but when we get together after work, we let loose. we can just enjoy each other's company and have some good laughs.
Yes.
And don't you ever worry though that like if you hang out too much and it's really great that like you might ruin what's already really great?
You know what? I've been friends with these people for years. They've seen me date. They've seen me get engaged. They've seen me get married, have my 3 children. And it's never, and being outside of the office, never ruined the friendship. It's still going strong.
Irene, I love that story, and I love Pooja, but she worries too much. Life is short. Let's take this friendship to the next level.
Absolutely, 100%.
Thanks so much for deciding it all for us, Irene.
You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
That was close. 3-2.
That was very close. People see both of our points of view.
But more people see my point of view. So
Thanks for pointing that out.
So here's what I'm thinking. Come by around 6:30, couple of wheels for the game. We'll catch the
you're
pregame.
buying pizza for us?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And then we just check it out, and maybe if things go well, I stay for the late game as well.
Wow. Extending the stay much? That's a lot.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
You got me feeling so fine. Raise a glass and let's toast tonight. We'll be sailing.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like Taylor Swift singing about white wine.
I don't know.
What is that?
Makes me feel good. After,
Yeah.
you have a glass of white wine, maybe you feel that good.
Makes
You
me
want to
wanna-
sing about it.
Makes me want a little shard.
Yes. Well, so if you love white wine, you got to listen to this. My husband actually found this article talking about a wine that has come to Ontario, to LCBO shelves, that has an amazing price point.
Okay.
And it's delicious white wine, like so delicious that it's going to go. Like it's going to be gone off of all of the LCBO shelves. And it's going to be one of those things all summer you're going to be trying to get your hands on.
You had me at cheap and tasty.
Yes. So sure enough, we right away started to look at LCBO, all locations, right after.
You're like, stop everything.
Yes.
Put the kids down. We need to search LCBO.com.
Stop crying. We're not going to do nap time yet.
Parent priorities are great.
We got to find this white wine. So my husband looked at all of the locations. There's a couple left in London, Ontario. We're
Please
like,
tell me you guys went to London on the weekend to get some white wine.
we might have, but then we found 17 bottles at a Scarborough location. Okay, so
Yeah, Scarborough's a bit of a haul for you guys are in Midtown. That's commitment.
yes. So I said, go now. To my husband, Paul. He was eating a burrito at the time. And he was like, can I finish my burrito? I was like, sure. So he finishes the burrito. He goes. He gets to the LCBO in Scarborough, and he's looking everywhere for it. He can't find it. By the way, it's a South African wine, so he's in the section. He's looking for it, can't find it. He goes up to the lady. He's like, hey, looking for a very specific white wine. And she goes, let me guess, Tall Horse. He's like, yes, it's called Tall Horse Chenin Blanc.
Okay.
She says, yeah. And he's like, there's 17. She goes, literally just 5 minutes ago, the person before you bought 13.
They don't cap like a limit on you.
And why 13? Why 13?
Why not just take all 17 at that point?
and I get it. Like you want this wine, but why did you have to take 13? Share the wealth a little bit.
But wait, wasn't Paul going to do the exact same thing?
Yes, of course. I told him to buy a case.
Buy them all. Buy
But
them
he
out.
had to eat his burrito first.
Yeah, but
Oh, the burrito.
You think I didn't bring up the burrito later? I'm like, oh, you had to finish your
Why didn't
burrito.
he should have eaten it in the car while driving.
Well, there's another 4 bottles then. He's like, okay, well, what about the other 4 bottles? They're like, oh, no, somebody put those on reserve, which I don't think you
I
can
don't
even
think
do.
that's lame. They're not there.
No, and
putting it on reserve.
I don't think they did. I think somebody at the store was like,
For
wait
sure.
a minute.
For sure.
Let me put these in the back.
Yep.
And so anyway, it's called Tall Horse Wines. It's a Chenin Blanc. It's from South Africa. And ready? Less than $10. It's like $9.
A bottle?
Yes.
This just proves like it doesn't matter. You don't need expensive wine. Like the cheap stuff sometimes is the best.
So good.
So Paul went all the way to Scarborough from Midtown, and you guys have no Chenin Blanc.
No, nothing. Zero. And now I'm telling you about it, which is going to make it even harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's very altruistic of you. Pull a Pooja and go buy the whole case. Put it on reserve.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast. The nearly impossible question.
with Pooja and Gurdeep.
Okay, here's the question. If you're a woman and you do this, 40% of Gen Zers say you're old.
And Pooja's a little salty about this one, it seems. Nicole from Orangeville, get us started. What do you think?
My guess is, based on being a high school teacher, is shaving.
Shaving. Yes, they look at body hair very different now.
Oh, so let me get this straight. So Gen Zers don't think You should.
If you like shave your legs or.
Oh, so you're just supposed to let it fly, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Come on.
I didn't-
Don't you speak Gen Z?
I didn't realize we were Paris's morning show. Okay. Nicole, thank you for the guest. That's not it, though, and I just learned something.
Awesome. Have a good morning.
You too.
You too. Tom from Mississauga, do you have a guess?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's phrases that your mom used to use now.
Oh, so using phrases that your mom used to use. Gen Zers will say you're old if you say them.
Yep.
Stuff like, back in my day, you could get a candy bar for a nickel. Tom, that's not it, but great guess.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go to Pickering. Denise, do you have a guess to our nearly impossible question?
I do have a guess. I'm going to guess that it's part your hair on the side.
Oh, see, this came out a couple of years ago by millennials, not Gen Zers. Millennials, apparently.
So
say,
what is it? What can't you do?
If you are older, you part your hair on the side versus Gen Z who parts their hair in the middle.
Ah, okay, because I'm looking at you right now. You parted on the side, but this is not the answer.
Yeah. I'm doing it all wrong.
No, you're doing it
This
right.
is why I'm so old.
You're acting your age. You're age appropriate. Great guess, but that is not the answer.
All right. Well, have a good day.
You too.
Nicolette from Toronto, if you're a woman and you do this, 40% of Gen Zers will say you're old. What is it?
Playing Candy Crush.
Playing Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Man, do Gen Zers not play Candy Crush? It's so fun.
It's so fun.
How can anyone have a problem with Candy Crush?
What does age
I
have
don't
to do
know,
with
my
Candy Crush?
kids, that's my kids. Whenever they see me, they're like, "Oh, Mom, you're so old. Like, who played this game?"
Like, what do kids play? Call of Duty or something? I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know,
man.
but it's a good
Roblox,
guess.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah, good guess, Nicolette. That's not the right answer, though.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Okay, why don't we check the text line on this question, Pooch?
Okay, so here's the question again for you. If you're a woman and you do this, 40% of Gen Zers say you're old.
Chris from Oshawa says, reading a book while having your morning coffee.
Oh.
Good guess. And
Okay.
that sounds like a perfect morning to me, but that's not it.
Yeah, maybe doing the crosswords while you're at it. Sending emojis, one of the guesses.
Really?
I thought that was a young
Isn't
thing.
that how the young people communicate? Use Facebook?
Oh, okay.
Okay, good
Yeah,
guess. Not
could
it.
be- Could be all of these things. Maybe using coupons or price matching.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Carrying a purse. Really? What? I'm learning so much here. Mary from Belleville says carrying a purse. What do young people carry?
Fanny packs.
They don't have purses? I thought like shoes and purses. Isn't that like your two typical favorite collections, hobbies?
We're not generalizing or anything, but
No.
yeah, I have a feeling that purse still exists, but a lot of them do like the fanny pack. So I see where you're going with that. I like this one from Connie. Maybe if a woman dyes her hair to hide gray, because during the pandemic we became a little bit more like, okay, you know what? I don't have time for this. It doesn't matter. It's all good, and people are embracing the gray, which is
Mhm.
great.
Connie, that is not the right answer, but I'm going to say it's sort of the closest because the answer has to do with your appearance. 40% of Gen Zers say that you are getting old. Deborah from Stony Creek, what do you think?
You know what? All this Sephora garbage, I'm going to say wearing bronzers.
Oh, wearing bronzers.
You are getting closer, much closer to the answer.
I'm going to
but
call back. I'm going to call back. I'm going to try to get through. I'm going to try another answer.
Okay, you're in the right part of the body.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Deborah. Meredith from Uxbridge. Do you have a guess to our nearly impossible question?
I do. Isn't it wearing eyeshadow?
You got it! How did you know that?
You know what? TikTok told me, and I don't believe it.
You've been hanging out with Pooja too much because that's her answer to everything. TikTok told me.
Yeah, that's it.
Meredith, like when I watch anything on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and I see young people, I see Gen Zers, they're wearing eyeshadow. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Neither do I. You know, I'm going to work right now. I have a side part, eyeshadow, and skinny jeans.
Yes.
Yeah.
The trends are wrong.
I feel like I've learned a lot in the last 15 minutes or so because I didn't know any of these things, like all these guesses. What's the problem with wearing eyeshadow? And do young people just not wear makeup? Like, what's the deal?
I don't know. For some reason, Gen Z likes to point out all the ways that we are old. Here's the thing, though, about all these things. They all come back. The fashion comes back. The makeup comes back. The style comes back. That winged liner, that's not new. That's old.
I just feel like when we were all in our 20s and stuff, I don't know that we were so judgmental of the older generation, but maybe we just didn't have the platform, i.e. social media,
Maybe.
to express ourselves. Who knows?
Meredith, you do you, and I bet you look fantastic.
I agree. Thank you.
Meredith, you're awesome. Thanks for playing.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so wearing eyeshadow, apparently. I can't even see your eyeshadow.
I'm wiping it off as we speak.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.